Well, it is official. San Antonio Spurs held a press conference to introduce Victor Wembanyama to the team. This week, the Spurs made the 19-year-old basketball player the third #1 pick overall in the team's history. His addition brings reminders of our former Spurs Hall of Famers like Tim Duncan and David Robinson, who each won multiple titles with the team. The Spurs also selected Sidi Sissoko from France as the 44th overall pick. Our beloved team has unfortunately failed to make the playoffs in the last 4 seasons, but fans are hoping both players will lead us back to the postseason. You'll hear from both players later in sports.
That shot of the coyote on the jet ski is one of the best things I have ever seen. That is amazing. All right, I'll tell you what. Yesterday, when Wembanyama arrived here in San Antonio, all of the Spurs fans that greeted him out there at the airport, a lot of dedication because it was hot out there. Definitely got the full Texas heat greeting. That heat not going anywhere. High pressure is actually going to strengthen over the state of Texas as we head into the beginning of next week, which means more triple digits continue and unfortunately no real notable rain chances. So we'll get you all those toasty details coming up after the break.
It is so tough when the kids are finally out of school and you just want to be doing all these outdoor activities, but it is still so hot, Mia.
It really is. And hopefully you've been able to spend some of that time outside by the pool or at the river, some body of water to help try and beat the heat. But also remember sunscreen and to take breaks because, yes, toasty temperatures continue this weekend. And that trend is still going to stick with us as we head into next week as well. And it's not just us. Take a look at temperatures across the entire Lone Star State this Saturday afternoon. Our high so far today here in San Antonio is 102. That actually ties the existing record high that we had in place. 106 out in Del Rio, 107 down there in Laredo. Check out places like San Angelo and Midland, upwards of 108 degrees this hour. Of course, feeling even hotter because the humidity is still with us as well. We've got a mixture of heat advisories and excessive heat warnings in place across the vast majority of Texas. Regardless on if you're in the orange or the pink, the overall message is still the same. It is dangerous out there if you are outside for extended periods of time. So just continue to be careful out there. And again, that's going to be the theme through the back half of the weekend and into next week as well. 101 right now over at SA International, feeling like 106. 104 is that heat index value up in Comfort, feels like 108 in Bulverde. 107 is that heat index value on the south side of Bexar County over at Stinson. Now we've got high pressure in control right now. It's ever so slightly off to our southwest here this afternoon, but watch what happens. Here's Monday, here's Tuesday. As we head into the beginning of next week, that's going to move over the state of Texas and really control our weather pattern even more so, which means, yes, more opportunities to climb into the triple digits pretty much daily in the forecast. We will have to be on record watch, especially tomorrow. Forecast high of 102. The existing record is 103 that was set back in 2012. Tuesday, we might be pretty close to the record of 105 there and even into Wednesday. But of course, we'll just have to monitor not only the actual air temperatures, but the heat index values, of course, too. Right now, dew points still pretty high and elevated out there, but silver lining into the beginning of next week. Yes, triple digits in terms of the actual air temperatures are currently in the forecast. You can see we might catch a slight break in some of the humidity into the afternoon hours. And if we can find that, that would help with the heat index values. Maybe not as high as what we've seen over the past several days. So we'll need to monitor that as well. But until then, here's a look at your Sunday morning. We're going to start off in the mid to upper 70s in and around the San Antonio area. Very similar to what we've seen over the past several mornings. Also, because of the moisture in place, I do think some areas of cloud cover will start to work their way back in. But by lunchtime, that should break up and we'll see more sunshine, temperatures climbing into the low 90s because of that. And then into the afternoon hours, even more sun. And that's when we are expecting those daytime highs to climb into the upper 90s and low triple digits, around 102 here in town, 100 in Canyon Lake, 103 possible in Pleasanton, same out in Sabinal, 104 a possibility in Uvalde. cloudy. Of course, with all of that humidity, you can see, yes, those heat index values will likely climb upwards of about 110 degrees here in town, even closing in on that 115 degree mark the farther south that you go. All right, a quick tropics update. Yes, it is the summer season in full force, but also hurricane season. This is Tropical Storm Cindy east of the Lesser Antilles. That's going to continue working its way farther up to the northwest. And then here's just the remnants of what was Tropical Storm Brett. That is now generated into a remnant low. And then, yeah, Cindy is going to take more of that northwestern track closer to Bermuda. Not expecting any impacts from either of those systems to south central Texas. The biggest impact just going to be the heat over the next several days, Courtney.
All right, we'll prepare for it. Thanks, Mia. All right, Larry, what a week for Wembanyama, for the Spurs, for San Antonio, and for our sports team. Y'all have been working so hard to cover this.
And you know what? We have been working hard, but it's been a lot of fun. It's not very often, right, that the team gets the #1 overall draft pick. Of course, this is the third time for the San Antonio Spurs. Today, we got to meet Wembanyama and Sissoko, both guys putting on their Spurs jersey for the very first time. And in the WNBA, Nalissa Smith with the fever is a rebounding machine coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 44th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, Sidy Cissoko.
Today we got to meet Spurs rookie Sidy Cissoko and Victor Wembanyama in Big Board Sports. Late this morning at the AT&T Center, the Spurs held an introductory press conference with their 2023 draft picks Victor Wembanyama and Sidy Cissoko. The 19-year-old Wemby already knows how to work a crowd, high-fiving employees on one side of the floor before crossing the court to make sure he acknowledged the employees on the other side. I mean, what a thrill for those Spurs staffers to get to meet the #1 overall draft pick in the 2023 NBA Draft. Wemby then sat down for about a 10-minute Q&A session in both English and French, so we had a chance to ask him about his basketball game to explain it in his own words. And what are the Spurs getting in Wemby off the basketball court?
As a basketball player, you know, I'm trying to be myself. I'm not trying to, at the same time, I'm trying to learn and be as objective as I can, you know, to become the best. But I'm also trying to be myself and not let anyone change the way I want to be and change the way I want to play. And I think this is really the way to become the best version of myself I can be as a player. So yeah, but I think I do a little bit of everything, you know. And off the court, people have been showing me love so far, a lot of love, and I think I can give all this back to the fans, to the community, to the franchise, and to the city, and even to the state. And yeah, there's a lot I want to do off the court, which is a good thing because I'm probably going to retire before I'm 40 years old. So I need to make something out of my time.
So many of us have thought the same thing, retire by 40. And look, I'm still working. Victor also enjoyed the miniature Eiffel Tower that was part of the presser at the AT&T Center. Before that, the Spurs held a private party at the Arneson River Theater to introduce the Rooks. And that's where R.C. Buford told the crowd that Wemby had dinner last night with awesome Spurs in the past. Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and David Robinson. I mean, what a thrill for the teenager.
In probably a couple hours, I learned more about the NBA than in my whole life before, you know. And it's such comforting to see that these people who are so important to the city of San Antonio and to the franchise are such kind people and generous because they genuinely wanted to share with me their experience. And you know, yeah, I feel like they've already started to take great care of me.
Oh, that is awesome. We also got to meet and chat with the Spurs second-round selection, Sidy Cissoko, a product of France. Sidy is going to wear number 25 for the Spurs. This past season, he played with the G League Invite, and he was asked how playing with them got him ready for the NBA.
I mean, I was already because, like I said, a lot of times I was in Spain since 13 years old, so I was already like a professional player there, like professional process. So now it was good. So now they're family to me. I miss them already. we did a great year, and we was mad because we didn't qualify to the playoff in the G League, but it is what it is. So, and right now I'm focused with the Spurs. So yeah.
After the presser, we got to see CD wearing his number 25 jersey for the first time since he was drafted by the Spurs. And what a cool moment for the Rook and the Spurs staffers on hand. And of course, we got to see number 1 Victor Wembanyama wearing his Spurs jersey for the very first time. Wemby hasn't been able to play much basketball this week due to the draft and all of his other commitments. Nalissa Smith and the Indiana Fever have already matched their win total for all of last season at 5. The Fever won at the Storm Thursday night, 80-68, improving to 5-7 this season. In that win, Smith from East Central High School and Baylor University scored 12 points to go with a game-high 14 rebounds. She's leading the Fever in rebounding this season, and she's led them in 7 of their 12 games so far this season.
One of our keys to win the game was rebounding, so I took it personal, and every single game I go out there and try to get every board, and I feel like in the fourth quarter, once we locked in and focused, I feel like it was our game.
Yeah, no question. We knew we had to win the boards. When you have that much of a spread, that's just an excellent job.
That was Coach talking about the Fever winning the rebound battle versus Seattle, 47-29. The Fever will play at the Las Vegas Aces tonight at 8. The defending champion Aces lead the WNBA with an 11-1 record. San Antonio FC forward Samuel Adeniran has been recalled by St. Louis City FC of Major League Soccer. Since joining SAFC on loan in April, Adeniran scored 4 goals in 7 matches. Yeah, he provided some firepower for SAFC, that's for sure. The team is going to miss him, but of course, it's next man up. San Antonio FC will play at Sacramento Republic FC tonight, and SAFC is a bit refreshed, coming off a very much needed 10-day break between matches.
The break was definitely beneficial. A lot of minutes for a select amount of players. We think it's important. We do believe in a mid-season break just to physically try to allow the bodies to maybe heal for some and hopefully freshen up for others. And at the same time, mentally, it's good to step away, focus on family, focus on activities outside the game, just so when you come back, it's time to focus back and week to week, trying to fight and earn 3 points.
Sacramento Republic will host San Antonio tonight at 10 local time. Courtney?
I saw you interviewing Wemby. You're going to have to do some neck exercises, looking up that
Oh, that was crazy like this.
Looking up that high. He's so tall. So great to have him here. All right, we'll be right back.
All right, expect more hot and muggy conditions if you're stepping out for any evening plans. Temperatures falling through the 90s and eventually into the 80s later on tonight with clear to mostly clear skies. And then after that, it's not a great 7-day to look at, Courtney. Plenty of sunshine, but those temperatures will continue to sit about 10 degrees above the average.
Oh, that is so rough. 103. Woo. Okay. Well, that's all our time for now. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be back here at 10 o'clock. We'll see you on the Night Beat.